Okay, we have yin and yang organ, we have the lungs and the large intestine. As we mentioned, they are really a pair. They work together. The body here is governed by the skin. This is very important. You have to remember that your skin is part of your respiratory system. So, 60% of the air comes in through the nose, goes in the lungs, and the other 40% of your oxygen comes in through your skin. That's why you have to be very, very careful what you put on your skin, because everything you put in your skin ends up in your bloodstream. Everything you put on your skin ends up in your bloodstream. So you can't put a bunch of toxic chemicals, put fumes, toxic creams, and all those kinds of things on your skin because it ends up in your blood. So you have to be very, very careful. I think that is one of the reasons why there is such a growth of organic products now, right? So there are so many different kinds of organic products. You can order them from the internet. They are in the store. Everybody wants to get organic. And it's because people have finally figured out that you have to be careful about what you put on your skin. So, back to the metal element. We can say that the metal element is kind of in charge of the amygdala reactions. The role of the metal element is to receive and disperse energy. And it is very, very important because unless you have a healthy metal element, you don't have any energy. So there's no such thing as somebody who has the other four elements balanced, but something wrong with the element, who is considered to be a healthy person. Because the metal element is responsible for dispersing energy and air and chi around the body. So if your lungs aren't working well, then no part of you can be healthy. The lungs have a very, very important role. Through the breath, we are dispersing air and energy around the body. The lungs have to be healthy, and that's why people who have any kind of chronic lung disease, like COPD or emphysema or bronchitis or asthma, tend to not have a lot of energy. They don't have a lot of vitality. The emotion associated with the lung is grief. Grief is object-oriented. People are grieving over the loss of someone or something. Now, it's very important to be aware of that because here's what happens. People who, for instance, let's say you have a married couple, they have been married for 50 or 60 years, and then one of them dies. Usually within a very short period of time, sometimes within 30 days, sometimes within a month or two, the surviving spouse will develop a problem with the lungs. They usually get a cold, and then they get pneumonia, and then they end up in a hospital. Sometimes they even die. So this is because the grief has not been released. And the grief is inside within the metal element, and then it becomes a lung illness.